I like big butts and I can't not lie. You other brothers can't deny. What is up, brother man? I'm here to get my hunting license. Anybody here? Hello? Anybody here? Yo, man. I need to get my hunting license. You dig? Welcome to Beardo's. Look, brother, I need my hunting license. What are we hunting? Deer? Bear? No, brother, I'm here hunting the dead. You know, I'm here to hunt demons, bears, supernatural entities, spirits. Look, this is all the animals we have that you can hunt on the license, pal. So you need to get out of here. Look, Jody Dean, we've been through this before. You gotta bounce. Look at this gold drip, brother. I could buy 10 of you, pal. Yeah, okay. Clearly what we have here is failure to communicate, and you gotta go, pal. You gotta get out of here. Which you probably don't understand with that peanut rolling around in your skull. I could buy and sell 10 of you, brother. Hey, what you walking at me like that for? And stay out, you absolute buffoon of a human being. Hey, everybody's to shape. To think all this drama come from a demon kicking a ball down the steps. Now, I want to address a couple of comments I got on my last video before I get into the meat of this thing. One person commented, "I'm not even going to bother watching your video," with the whole roll your eyes in the back of your head emoji. You know the one, like I'm annoying you because I would dare call out the Foreman Brothers. You don't have to watch the video, don't get me wrong, but in order for you to make an educated opinion, you would have to watch the video to see the points that I made. Now, you don't have to watch, but you don't have to leave a smart aleck comment like that either. But I said my piece on that. Now, another comment I got was, well, they help people. They help families. That's good. I never said that they didn't help anybody. In fact, you can go look at a bunch of their posts because they continue to beat you over the head with the fact they help people. They make sure that you know that. You guys know I look at these videos 3 ways. Sometimes a little more depending on how deep I dive into the video. Either nature caused the paranormal event to happen, which is, the house settling, a door's unbalanced, the wind blew, a window was open and air pressure caused the ball to fly down the steps. A window breeze caused the ball to go flying down the steps. I think we all, on both sides, can agree that it wasn't nature. Had nothing to do with none of that stuff. The ball was hit. That leaves 2 possibilities. 1, you faked it. Or the other possibility, an invisible, supernatural entity kicked or punched or slapped the ball down the steps. Now, it's one of those 2. Let's get into the video. Now, right out of the gate, I want to make sure everybody knows that the only person I speak for is myself. I don't speak for any other debunker or any other channel. I speak for myself. Now, Beardo from Beardo Gets Scared. If you haven't subbed to the guy by now, I don't know what rock you've been living under, people. He's a big cornerstone of this whole community. And rightfully so. He makes really good videos. I'll link him down below. You can go check him out. But he made a very interesting video. A very eye-opening video. And while I'm making my harder to make videos, I figured I would put this in between. Because I wanted to address a few things myself. And, hey, it's not going to be a very long video. But, it's going to be thick. It's going to be thick with, You know, that stuff that everybody seems to like, you know, drama.
Weirdos, weirdos, boils and ghouls, how are we all doing? If you're waiting for a funny debunking video, this ain't it. When I first started, I annoyed a lot of people, kinda toxic. Wasn't as toxic as people made out, but I made my mistakes and I owned those mistakes and I admitted to those mistakes.
See, this is one of the reasons I have a lot of respect for Beardo and his Mrs. Beardo. They're big components of the debunking community in general. But anybody that can admit when they're wrong, take initiative to try to do better, and obviously you got to see the problem and learn from it before you can move and grow better. If you don't learn and you don't admit you have a problem or you've messed up or made a mistake, you can't learn from it. A lot of these ghost hunters could really learn from that.
I know people are jumping on the debunkers are toxic thing again, and there is no need for it.
That word toxic, I cannot stand that word. It's true in some cases, but I just don't like how it's so generalized. And no matter what argument you make, it's a toxic because you don't agree with me, it's toxic. But I did want to point one thing out, that the debunking community compared to the ghost hunt community. Like, take these big ghost hunters, like the Foreman Brothers, Paranormal Files, all these big ghost hunters. How often do you see them go to a small ghost hunting channel with, I don't know, 2 subscribers or 100 or 500, and go to these ghost hunters saying, hey, you make amazing content, and they'll sub and they'll like it? I'm not saying they never have done it, but the reason I point that out, because the debunking community is so supportive because of that. I've went to small debunkers that I've heard about in Debunkers Anonymous, my group on Facebook. Go check it out. But the reason I mentioned that, I've went there, and this debunker will be tiny, a tiny channel, good at what they do, but very tiny. And I'll go down the comments like, you know what, I'm going to support this person because that's who we are as a debunking community. I'll go down there, get ready to type in my comment, and guess who's already there? Beardo, Side-Eyed Guy, Crow Judas, multiple paranormal seekers, Mr. Gray, I've seen him there, Purple. They're there supporting this guy before I even get there, because that's the type of people we are as a community.
The debunkers are not toxic. Their communities are not toxic. The debunking community at large is not toxic. It is far easier for certain channels and fan bases of channels to label us all as toxic, to cover up for the fact that the creators they are supporting, on the most part, are lying, scamming, and toxic themselves. Nobody has ever said, this debunker sent me a death threat. A lot of debunkers have had death threats. Not off channels. Well, I did. Yeah, actually I did.
I so can relate. I've had over 5 actual death threats. You know, I've had people in my comments saying, oh, I'm so close to learning who you are. Oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. One teeny problem with that, though. Literally everybody knows who I am. I'm all over Facebook. What I look like, my name, you name it. I'm on there. You're a little late to the party, but I appreciate you for that view, you know, and that comment that pushes the video. Moving on.
But what's really got my back up now is channels that I have supported that have just sort of turned on all debunkers because one video exists calling them out. Well, now it's 2. Mythos last week brought out what is frankly a great video where he asks questions of the Foreman Brothers. Why is that shadow on the stairs? You're claiming to be in the house on your own. Why can I hear movement? Why do you look to your left just before something moves? Originally I had a very different video planned and I sort of agreed with Mythos, but then said, if the Foreman Brothers release the unedited raw footage, you may have to make an apology there. And I spoke to Mythos about this, and Mythos was like, yeah, cool. if I'm wrong, I will apologise and I will tell everyone that I'm wrong.
How many times have I admitted to being wrong in a video? Oh, look at that, I run out of fingers. Now, I watched Mythos video, and my video was based on Mythos video. I went a little bit deeper as far as the ball kick, but his video was interesting. I would not have made a video on it had I not been like, it's a good point. He's got a good point here. And had I not seen things that drew my attention as well. And that's what a debunker does. It shouldn't matter how big the channel is or how tiny the channel is. I've had people say, I've debunked people with like a couple hundred subs, and people are like, why do you debunk a channel that tiny? We don't even know who they are. And I'm like, okay, think of a fireman who has to put out a fire. Would the fireman just want to put out a small fire real quick, or would he want to wait for it to spray it and get out of control? You know, get them while they're little.
Because the sheep has also covered it, and I don't want to keep rinse repeat other people's content. So then what happened is I tacked on a bit about the comment section, because the Foreman Brothers were in the comment section. Only you can't see those comments now because they've deleted them. And maybe it's because I went off a little on my live stream on Tuesday night this week, because in the comment section they claimed that they were being attacked by the debunkers. I have seen them comment on other paranormal investigation channels that the debunkers are all toxic, all horrible, all stealing content.
Stealing content, huh? Transforming content. You know, that's what YouTube tells you you have to do. You got to take the content and show a different light, so to speak, on that content. So if a debunker has a clip of your channel or your video in there, and they say, I think it's a stage, and here's why. That's transforming your narrative of saying, an invisible demon kicked the ball down the steps. That's transforming it into saying, hey, I don't think it was a demon. I think you had somebody up there. See how that works? That's transformative content.
But luckily, somebody saved a screenshot of this conversation from official Paranormal Nightmare TV. And they responded with, "Thank you for your comment. I wish these debunkers would quit stealing people's videos so they can profit from the stole video. It's stolen. Yeah, I would just report them first, saying that they stole somebody's video. Careful. Then I would block them. I don't support someone stealing someone else's property for their profit and spreading hate and bullying people. I can go on and on. Sent X person a message below on you. It's a bit long about debunkers if you wish to read." So the comment he mentions there, it doesn't really apply to us. What is really pissing me off now is, because a debunker has said something that they don't agree with, instead of being like, oh, you have a point about that, Shadow, let us show you the raw footage so we can counter-argue it, and we can counter-argue it respectfully and all the rest of it.
That is all I've ever asked for, is if you prove me wrong, I will 100% admit, I was wrong. They just proved that I was wrong. And I would even make a video showing their raw footage and showing that, hey, they proved me wrong. That was an invisible supernatural entity that kicked the ball. I was wrong. That's how you do it. That's how adults do that. You see how that works? Now, this isn't my first rodeo with these guys anyways. A while back, year or two ago, year and a half, I accused them of the same thing. They sent the raw footage. They emailed it to me, but I didn't know it. And by the time I did know it, when I went to look at it, they retracted. I couldn't look at it. But in the very next video, first thing I said in the video, my bad, guys. The Foreman Brothers sent it, so they probably didn't have nothing to hide. I was wrong. I didn't get to see it, but I gave them the benefit of the doubt. And even said they sent it. I didn't have to.
They're calling us content thieves and bullies and spreading hate. You released a video where there are some questionable things in there. And let's not forget, you were involved in the, oh my gosh, 16 teams of fakery bullshit that happened a couple of months ago. And a lot of people have been questioning you since then. I haven't questioned you since then. I have been very open to you guys. I have been very kind to you guys. I even had a video where I was glowing in positivity for you guys on how you help people. I wasn't a content thief then. But now somebody has dared go up against the mighty Foreman Brothers. Content thieves, bullies, haters.
And thus, this is the whole reason I wanted to make the video to begin with. This isn't my first rodeo. I've been doing this over 5 years. Kind of like, who was that? My Haunted Hotel. They're all for debunkers. All for them. Until one of them decided to call them out. And then the whole community is just a toxic, horrid cesspool. And nobody in it is any count whatsoever. Nobody. That's happened over and over and over. They even went as far as to try to have my video taken down. Didn't work because it's fair use, but they tried. Omar tried. The Foreman Brothers have never tried to, not that I remember, they've never tried to strike or take a video down. But I've had my back and forth in the emails with them. And that's how it is.
You call us content thieves for using clips. Clips of your videos. We don't play it in its entirety. We use clips. Which is allowed by YouTube. So report away. Because then we can counter-argue and we can counter-fight back with copyright law states if a video is transformative, reactionary, or educational, we are allowed.
And what do you know? We do all three.
Mythos' video covers all three of those things. He's transforming your narrative, he has his own camera overlaid in places, he pauses, he discusses, he's educating on what he thinks really happened in that video, whether that is right or wrong. And he is reacting to content you have put out on what is essentially a free platform. You have been singing my praises in my live streams, yet I have seen your comments other places slating all debunkers. Now, with the greatest of respect, Paranormal Nightmare, even the sheep has treated you with kid gloves. He did his most recent video where he was like, no violent animations, none of it. We are just going to look into what Mythos has uncovered.
Oh, my violent animations. Ooh. You know, I want to mention this right now. Looney Tunes, Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. Horror movie lover. Let's mix, those two. Animations, right? I guess it's kind of like me saying the Debunkers are the Roadrunners and the fake ghost hunters are Wile E. Coyote, because the Roadrunner's always one step ahead. Kind of like Debunkers. That's why I do it. Yeah, I put my little horror movie spin on it, like somebody standing in the road and then a big semi-truck splats them. You ever watch Final Destination? That's why I do it. But I did treat you guys with a little bit more respect than I would give any other person that would be in one of my videos. I even went out of my way to do that. In hindsight, though, I wouldn't have. But I didn't do it for you guys as far as you, Paranormal Nightmare. I did that for my supporters who support you as well.
And because you don't like that, we're suddenly bullies, toxic, nasty, all these words that, I'm sorry to say, constantly thrown around by the fake paranormal community. It is their get out of jail free card to make people feel sorry for them and hate us. And it is bullshit. And being good old Christian boys isn't lying against everything you stand for. You want to help these families, help them by showing the raw footage that will prove that this debunker, Mythos, in this case was wrong.
I 100% agree with Beardo here. 110%. But I don't think they're ever going to show the uncut raw footage of those cameras. Don't think they'll do that. And even if they did upload something like, oh, this is 3 hours of this static camera, they'd probably cut it, you know, and then say, oh, no, this is one full take, because you wouldn't see the cut anyway.
You haven't done that. You started World War III, and you started it by calling him toxic, nasty, and horrible. He asked questions. Did he have a bit of joviality about him? Yes, he did. Look, they've caught a demon. Look, they've caught a demon. But he asked questions, and I had a private conversation with him where I said, if they release that raw footage, are you willing to say you were wrong?
Now, it seems, could be wrong, it seems that Beardo he's even going above and beyond, which is more than I would do for him. So, hey, cheers. I don't know, when I see the stuff that these people pull, at times it just completely turns me off, as far as going out of my way to be nice and going out of my way to be respectful. I mean, I try to keep it to a certain level in all my videos, but sometimes, man, yeah, that little tiny sliver of anger, very deep in the recesses of my brain, sometimes it just wants to get out and run free.
Now, I have stuck up for the Foreman Brothers. I have released positive reviews on the Foreman Brothers. I don't stand to gain anything by standing against them on these comments. I'll probably lose subscribers for standing against them, and I don't care.
Oh, Beardo, honestly, you ain't losing this subscriber, that's for sure. But all jokes aside, I've lost my share of subscribers whenever I do a video that's on somebody that they love. It happens. It's going to happen. But a lot of the supporters that support other ones, you know, the ones we debunk, they're supporters because they love what we do. They don't always agree, but they're there for the long haul because they see what the overall goal is.
You can't twist a narrative and call a full community and a full group of content creators all of these things because one of them didn't agree with something you said, or one of them questioned a video you put out. As soon as you put a video out onto YouTube, it is a free-for-all. It is absolutely a free-for-all for everyone to form an opinion of your public videos in a public space. You guys have been on everyone's radar for quite a while, since the Omar thing, and a few people have emailed me, you need to watch this Foreman Brothers video, you need to watch this Foreman Brothers video. And I genuinely hoped that nobody would ever catch you because of the help that you give to people. You had a lot of the debunkers' respect, and I dare say maybe some people turned a blind eye to certain things because we were worried about the damage that catching you guys out.
That's one thing also that I wanted to address. If we make a video on somebody and they say, no, you're wrong and here's why, and they show the reasons, good, legitimate reasons why we're wrong, that, for a debunker, you gain a lot of respect. You may not care, but you gain a lot of respect from that and being respectful. Now, I'll never, ever, ever turn a blind eye. That just ain't never going to happen. I am who I am, and I don't look at the name of the YouTuber like, oh, this one's Paranormal Nightmares, so can't do a video on them. Or this is so-and-so. Can't do it. How long have I been calling these guys out? A couple of years? All right. Wait, that's probably why I lose a lot of subs.
Would do. The difference is what Mythos has found is concrete, unless you release that raw video footage. And instead of that, you've gone into attack mode whilst accusing the debunkers and the debunking community of attacking you. Nobody has attacked you. Nobody has made any violent animations about you. Nobody has threatened you. Nobody is making any personal remarks at you. So tell me how you feel victimized and all the rest of it, because your comments and how you've behaved to me are contradicting each other. And I will not stand for it. My channel is now, whether you like it or not, the largest debunking channel. And I feel the need to look after the debunking community.
I'm sorry, what? larger than me? I don't think so. Wait, what? What's that? Oh, he's got more. All jokes aside, congrats. I didn't even know that. All jokes aside, I know I'm making a skit out of it, but I did not know he passed me in subs. Congratulations, Beardo. You deserve it. For one, I'm proud of you. Good job.
There are people now that my channel has overtaken that are my peers, the guys that I looked up to, the guys that I learned from. And whether we agree on everything or not is besides the point. The point is that the Real Paranormal now has a voice on the internet. The fake paranormal is now being called out on the internet. It has done for a few years, and the defense is never fact. The defense is always, they're picking on me, they're bullying me. I cannot believe that you good old Christian boys have gone straight into the dirty tactics of twin paranormal. Worse than that, you have told people, and I'll quote you here, I would just report them first that they've stolen someone's video. You are not allowed to do that on YouTube terms of service. What you have done there is try to get mass reportings on channels.
And this is where I have a humongous problem. Huge problem. That's against YouTube's TOS, Terms of Service. When you send your supporters out to that explains a couple of comments I got also. Because I thought it was awfully specific to get a comment like, well, I'm just going to report you and then block you. And I was like, okay, that's awfully specific, but now I know why. And you if I were to guess, you probably didn't even leave that up. You probably deleted it because you don't stand by anything you say. Oh, that and the fact that it's against YouTube's TOS. Oh, and also, I'm pretty sure that all those screenshots exist. And, hey, if you have them, let me have them. I'm sure YouTube wouldn't mind to see those.
And if people start mass reportings and we content creators fight back, you will be in more trouble than you've just attempted to get us into. Nobody wanted a war with you. People were questioning your content. People have been questioning the use of apps and questioning the fact that you have worked with larger teams that are known for being fake. And people have rightly questioned, have you worked with these teams and have you started spicing up your content to grow your channel faster? That's not toxic, that's not nasty, that's not horrible. They are questions, and these are questions that I have been asked in emails and in comments about your channel from your subscribers. So what, are your subscribers that question you now toxic and nasty and horrible, or are you going to blame the debunkers for that as well?
And of course I get my share of emails as well. And that's one thing about being the biggest active debunker on YouTube now that Beardo is. But the same thing applies no matter really how big you are. If you're pretty good, pretty known, side-eyed guys growing really fast, paranormal seekers, you're about to jump into the deep end as well, pal. Hope you're ready. Sorry. These masks, they drag you. But anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, I think, man, I tell you, I've probably gotten around, since my last video, probably gotten around 100 emails, close to it. 50 of those being on Foreman Brothers.
Just Friday, you were in my live stream after Mythos' video had dropped, and you were saying how wonderful I was, how this is a great community, how you like to support the good guys. So how come just a few days later, all of us are toxic, all of us are nasty? Now, you could clear up your video simply by uploading the raw footage, because maybe it's your own shadow from wherever the bathroom is, and you've moved on the toilet seat or whatever you were sat on, and that's what's caused that shadow. All of your actions since Mythos broke that video out just stink of we got caught faking, because you have behaved exactly like all the other guys that do pull this crap, and it ain't on. Nobody has attacked you. I saw those original comments that you made on Mythos' video. that you have been attacked by the debunkers, by the debunking community. Nobody has attacked you. You have been treated far more fairly than other people because all of us debunkers have gone, they help people. Let's give them a bit of leeway. Let's not be as on them as we are. The Shape's newest video is proof of that. In with accusing us of controlling narrative, stealing content, and being toxic, you have just highlighted yourselves for all of those things.
Yeah, they did. Now, man, I could go on and on. Like I said, I've been doing this over 5 years. Everything that can happen to a debunker, make no mistake about it, it's happened to me. I don't all the time get on here and mention it because I ain't all about that drama. If you know me, you know that by now. But I definitely felt the need to address this because that when you encourage people to mass report and all this other stuff, yet you're accusing the debunkers of being these toxic people and sending all these haters, yet we've never sent one. I know for a fact. I can't control everybody. By the way, I want to mention this. No matter what community you have, whether you just read the Bible or you do makeup tutorials, you're going to have this very small subset of people that want to cause trouble. That's how it is. You have them as well, Paranormal Nightmare. That you can't control everybody. You can only do your best to make sure that people do the right thing. Luckily for debunkers, our subscribers, they're the best on YouTube, period. There's no better, no smarter, period. But I want to make sure I get that out there. Beardo, congratulations on passing me in subs. Okay, it's alright. I ain't gonna quit. I'm not doing it. No, all jokes aside, you deserve it. Your content's amazing. I'll support you and all you do because you rock. And hey, Side-Eyed Guy, Purple, World of Mr. Gray, Crow Judas, Paranormal Seekers. There's just Kenny Biddle, John Wolf. There's so many great debunkers out there. You can go find them. If you like what I do, you like what Beardo does, or Side-Eye Guy, or whoever, there's a bigger community than what you see. So many different takes, so many different perspectives, so many different debunks. But it all serves a purpose as a whole. These guys are amazing, and I appreciate them. But I really want to make a video on this. I got some bangers coming. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next video. Y'all come back now, please. I love you.